What if the history books you read in school left out the most shocking parts? What if the system you trusted had hidden agendas? For years, we've walked through school hallways, absorbing lessons, believing we were getting the full picture. But what if I told you that some of the most profound truths, the ones that truly shape our world and our understanding of it, were deliberately omitted? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on those untold stories, the dark secrets school never dared to mention, and trust me, your view of everything is about to change. Think about your school day for a moment. Bells ring, marking the start and end of classes. You move from one subject to the next, often sitting in rows, listening to a teacher deliver information. Doesn't that sound a lot like a factory? Well, it's no accident. The modern school system we know, especially in many Western countries, didn't pop up out of nowhere. It was largely shaped during the Industrial Revolution. Imagine a time when society needed lots of workers who could follow instructions, work in shifts, and perform repetitive tasks without questioning. Sound familiar? Educators and industrialists at the time realized they needed a system to train these future factory workers. So, they borrowed ideas from factories themselves: standardized schedules, division of labor, different teachers for different subjects, and a focus on obedience and conformity. The goal wasn't necessarily to foster deep, independent thinking or creativity in every child, but to produce a workforce that could keep the gears of industry turning smoothly. You were taught to be on time, to follow rules, and to work together in a structured environment. These are all useful skills, sure, but were they designed to make you question the system, or simply fit into it? This model, while efficient for its time, still casts a long shadow over our classrooms, sometimes prioritizing compliance over genuine curiosity. Now, let's talk about something almost every student dreads: standardized tests. We're told these tests are fair, objective ways to measure what you know and how well schools are doing. But the story behind them is much darker than you might think. Many of the early pioneers of standardized testing, especially in the early 20th century, were deeply involved in a disturbing movement called eugenics. This was a pseudoscientific belief that you could improve the human race by controlling who reproduced, often based on perceived intelligence. For example, Carl Brigham, who helped develop the SAT, openly believed that these tests could prove the supposed intellectual superiority of certain racial groups over others. He thought that by measuring intelligence, they could categorize people and even control immigration. Thankfully, these abhorrent ideas were later discredited, but the structure of the tests themselves, and their emphasis on sorting people, remains. While today's tests aim to be fairer, their origins remind us that objective measurements can sometimes carry biases from the past. They can sometimes tell us more about a student's background or test-taking skills than their true potential or creativity. It makes you wonder, are these tests really about helping you learn, or about neatly placing you into a predetermined box? Perhaps the biggest secret is how often school, despite its best intentions, sometimes discourages deep questioning. Think about it. We're taught to memorize facts, solve problems with specific methods, and give the right answers. But what about problems without easy answers? What about challenging the way things have always been done? History is often presented as a series of agreed-upon facts, rather than an ongoing debate influenced by different perspectives and powerful groups. Science is taught as settled principles, without much emphasis on the messy, often controversial journey of discovery. Real learning, the kind that changes the world, often starts with why and what if. School, with its tight schedules and curriculum requirements, often leaves little room for open-ended exploration or critical examination of the very systems that govern our lives. It's not about malicious intent, but often about practical limitations and the sheer volume of information to cover. Yet, this can inadvertently train us to accept information rather than critically evaluate it, to follow instructions rather than forge new paths. These are just a few whispers from the shadows of our educational journey. The true power lies not in accepting everything you're taught, but in developing the curiosity and courage to ask, to investigate, and to uncover the rest for yourself. If you're hungry for more truths, check out our next video right here.